be going through all that there is about Isagenix, the solutions, and both physically and financially. So I'd also love to say, shout out to St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully everybody is enjoying a drink or two and having some fun, even though we are staying, hopefully having fun in our own homes. But anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day. I am wearing one of my favorite sweatshirts. For those of you that are Game of Thrones fans, this says, "That's what I do. I drink and I know things." I felt like it was fitting for St. Patrick's Day, even though it's kind of a Christmas sweatshirt, but that's fine. So to kick off, you guys, I just want to start this the same way that I do most times, and that is just to say thank you for being here and taking the time tonight to learn about everything that we'll be presenting for you. Take the time to say thank you to those that invited you here. If they invited you, it's because they see something in you. They see something that makes them think of Isagenix, and they want you to be aware of everything that this is. And this is a great call we do every Tuesday to make sure we're getting the message out to anybody who wants to be a part of it. And again, like I said, there couldn't be a better time than now to talk about it. So thank you to those of you that are present tonight. Thank you to those of you that are new to this and being open-minded. And I look forward to getting into some of this content with you. So the first thing we want to start off with is our integrity statements. So you can take a minute to read those, but the gist, what's important here, is that at no point tonight are we going to claim that we cure, prevent, or treat disease. And so that is just really important. Everybody's experience, what we share, we will share with you some things that are scientifically proven, and we'll point those out and what's been third-party tested. But as far as curing, preventing, treating disease, we are not going to make any of those claims. We do, however, know that when the body is nourished and fed in the right way, amazing things can happen. Our bodies are meant to heal themselves. And so that's really what we want to share with you tonight, is just what we have found as an incredible nutritional system. So to start off with, I'm going to take a minute here and look at the Isagenix mission statement, because as I was reading this over, and for those of you that maybe saw my Facebook post today, mission statements to me are really important when it comes to companies, especially one that I want to partner with, one that I want to put my name on. And so when I looked around at different companies that I could possibly be a part of, definitely mission statements was something that was really important to me. And so I think the Isagenix mission statement is so important. And that is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the most trusted and respected health and wellness company in the world. And, I'm not going to dance around it. We are all probably inundated right now with news about the coronavirus, and all of us, looking down the list here, are being confined to our homes. We're being told to practice social distancing, all the bars, restaurants, life as we know it over the last couple of days, it feels like, has just been turned upside down. And it is so hard to know what to trust and what to look at and how to feel, and should we be scared? Should we be uncertain? How long is this going to last? Health-wise, this virus, how scary is it? What should we expect? There's just so much information out there. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't really seem like anybody knows for sure some of the answers to our questions. And that's one of the reasons why today, as I was thinking back about Isagenix and just how lucky I am that I have Isagenix in my life for a variety of reasons that I'm going to share with you tonight, that have made this huge shift in our lives more tolerable, I thought back on their mission statement. And this was not their mission statement this week. It's not like the coronavirus came out and they went and reworded their mission statement. This has been their mission statement for as long as I have been a part with the company. And, if maybe Robin or somebody that wants to put in the chat, if it's been from day one, because I don't know for sure, but it sure seems like it is ingrained in the blood and the lifeline of this organization. And that's to impact world health. So think about, has there ever been a time where world health has been more on the center stage? World health. We're not talking about the Lozano household health or the Maryland health or the United States health. We're talking world health. and to free people from physical and financial pain. Right now, nothing that's going on makes me feel free. I'm going to be honest. And I'm just going to say it how it is. But I'm not saying it's not safe. I'm not saying it's not the right thing to do. But I love a company that is looking at freeing people from the burden that is sometimes the physical aspects of our health and then also the financial aspects of our well-being. And those are two categories that are front and center on my mind right now when I think about my life, the life of my family, the life of my parents. Physical and financial health is huge right now, and I know causing a lot of stress for many of us. And then create the most trusted and respected health and wellness company in the world. Isn't that all what we would love is, to have that trust and that respect in what we're being shared and where we're putting our faith. And so I just think more than ever before, this mission statement stands out to me as something that I am proud to be a part of, and I'm opening my arms to welcome anybody else who feels some comfort in knowing that there's a company out there that stands up for things like that. So what I want to do is take apart a couple pieces of this mission statement and just share with you kind of some thoughts that, again, aren't unique to what's going on right now, have always been this way, but gives you some idea of why this is so beneficial and why so many of us that are involved in this company today are grateful that we have it in our back pocket. So the first thing that the mission statement calls out is physical pain, right? And physical pain is caused from a lot of different things. And I want to take a minute to review 4 of them with you. And I'm also going to say I am drinking on St. Patrick's Day, so cheers. So physical pain, so brought on by a couple different things. First one, toxicity. So when we think about toxicity, maybe this is a concept you're familiar with. Maybe it's the first time that you've heard it. We get toxins in our bodies in a lot of different ways. So the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, and then things that we put on our skin. For those of us that have been lucky enough to have some interaction with Peter Greenlaw, we know all too much the impacts of toxins on our in our environment and what they do inside of our bodies. And it's one of the reasons why our immune system struggles so much, especially in today's world. So when we think about the toxins we put in our bodies, what we do know, which is just science, is that our body takes those toxins, doesn't know what to do with them, wants to protect our organs. We're an ever evolving species, so we're going to adapt to the toxins in our environment. And so our body has now become really, really good at taking those toxins and stuffing them in our fat cells and then lining our critical organs with those fat cells, visceral fat, to protect our bodies. They become very hard to get rid of unless we are being intentional, and they can cause all sorts of issues with our everyday health and wellness. And so that is one of the things we know today is causing physical pain, is the toxicity that we have in our current environment. We also look at deficiency. So I have a little graphic there of some pretty common foods. The fact of the matter is our food today is so much more nutrient deficient than it ever has been in the past. In fact, one bowl of spinach in the 50s used to give you as much vitamins and minerals and nutrients as 50 bowls of spinach today. And that's because our soil isn't feeding our plants and our crops the way that it used to. So that's one thing. So even if you're all organic, you're eating farm fresh, or you're following what you believe to be the heart healthy diet, even our fruits and our vegetables aren't producing the same nutrients they used to. But then on the flip side of that, because we live in such a fast-paced, no such thing as delayed gratification, I want it right now culture, so many convenient foods have popped up that, are grab and go, but they are very high in calories and very low on the nutrients. And so we're filling our bodies up with calories, and then we're wondering why an hour later we're hungry. And what really is happening is those hunger signals that we're getting is our body telling us, I want nutrients. And so how we give our body the nutrients is going to make or break us for if we're going to be hungry later. And we really need to be listening to that, because getting those nutrients is critical. other thing here, so overweight. So if you were, if weight is something that you've struggled with, you're not alone. Over 70% of Americans today are overweight, and that statistic is believed to get up to as high as 95% within the next decade. And it's not because we're not focusing on diets, because I think all of us, if we wanted to play, I don't know, this maybe is an old school reference, but if you think of the game show Family Feud, right? So they have like the top 6 answers on the board or whatever. We could probably all go through the top 6 diet fads of today, Atkins, keto, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, whatever. It's not that there's not a lack of options out there. So people are trying. And then we also know that the gym industry is worth a ton of money just on its own, billions of dollars in gyms. In fact, when we look at what has been stated as being closed in many states, I'm not going to say all, but I know at least in Maryland, it's bars and restaurants, except for delivery and takeout. And gyms was like the 3rd most popular thing mentioned. And then like movie theaters, and the list went on. But that's how common gyms are, is it made the list of the things that had to close the doors. So people are going to the gyms. They're looking at diet trends, but yet we still have a huge, huge overweight issue in our country and across the world. And a lot of that has to do with the first 2 things we talked about, which are the buildup of toxins and the deficiency in the nutrients we have in the food today. And all of that leads again to the center concept here of physical pain. And then the last quadrant here, what goes down there, is stress. And so again, they all kind of follow together. As you build in toxins and you don't have enough nutrients to fuel your body, causes us to be overweight, and that leads to stress, amongst many other factors. If I could see you guys right now and I said, show of hands, who is feeling stressed right now, I would bet that every single person would raise their hand. Some of us might raise both hands. This is a stressful time. We don't know what's going on. We don't know how long it will last, so forth and so on. And that stress is hard on our bodies. Physically hard on our bodies. There are a lot of things that our body does to defend against the impacts of stress, such as slow down our metabolism, slow down our digestive system, take away resources from our immunity system, which of all things right now, isn't that the one thing we all want more than anything? And so the higher our stress goes, the lower our immunity system goes. And that alone causes more stress. It's a vicious, vicious circle, and it all leads to physical pain. These 4 things are what are known as the TDOS syndrome, and that is a patent that Peter Greenlaw does have that he speaks to us about a lot. And they're great events. We actually have one probably coming up in the near future, although I'm going to say TBD on the date, so we can play this out and see what happens when we can get Peter, but we can do calls and whatnot. But it's very interesting to learn how these 4 things really impact your health. And that is one thing that Isagenix has been on the forefront of. So even though a lot of people think of us as that shake company or that weight loss company, what we're really doing is we have discovered a scientifically proven way to amplify the body's detoxification process, get the nutrients in your body that you're missing while you still can eat the foods you love and enjoy, which as a result help you maintain a healthy weight. And then we have some additional things that we offer that help naturally reduce the impacts of stress. And this is where the solution for really fixing physical pain comes into play. And I think that's really, really critical for you to understand, because they aren't up here saying that we are a weight loss company. That's not what their mission statement stood for. So if we went back and we looked at their mission statement here, it doesn't say in here that they're freeing people from fat. That's not the point. We're freeing people from physical pain. And does fat lead to physical pain? Absolutely. Is it the only reason? Not at all. In fact, if some of you have been on this call with me before on Tuesdays, last week I co-hosted with Adam Sisk, and fat was not what he signed up for. He wasn't looking for the weight loss. He had legitimate, real life physical pain, and his before and after pictures are him, in a hospital bed, and then him now. And that is what he got gravitated towards Isagenix for. So I think it's just critical that we understand when Isagenix sets out a mission statement saying they want to free the world from physical pain, it might be caused by weight, yes, but it's very possibly caused by one of these other 4 things or all of them combined, because we all struggle with it. And so this solution is so much more than a magic weight loss solution. So with that, I want to turn it over to Tiffany, and she is going to share her story of how Isagenix has really impacted her life.
Hi, everyone. So I have my lucky shirt on tonight. I don't know if you can see me. You might still be on, Danny, but you can hear me, so that's all that matters. So my before and after, um, ultimately for me, so I'm a physical therapist, little backstory. So I know how to exercise. I kind of live a healthy wellness lifestyle. That's basically what my degrees are in college, kind of that health and wellness background, health sciences. So I was doing all the right things. I was eating right. I was exercising, and I was continuing to buy larger clothes every year, and I was continuing to feel more and more tired. At the end of the day, I was coming home, falling asleep on the couch all the time. I was like around 34 when I started, and was feeling significantly older than that, and just didn't have any energy, didn't really understand why, because I thought I was doing all the right things. Saw one of my coworkers who has 3 kids, a busy job, a huge, long New England traffic commute to work every day. And yet she was like having these amazing results. So I asked her what she was doing. I told her I wanted it. I didn't care what it was. I basically handed her my credit card and she got me set up, because I knew that she was not putting in time at the gym the way I was, and that she was still managing to have these great results. And I figured maybe I didn't know everything, and maybe I wasn't eating as good as I thought I was, and maybe I wasn't doing all the right things. So insert Isagenix. I lost 25 pounds in about 3 months. I felt amazing. Um, got like my active lifestyle back. I still sometimes fall asleep watching Netflix, but usually not because I'm exhausted, just because I feel like I want to snuggle and take a nap. Um, but I definitely have my energy back. As most of you know, if you've ever met me or in the same room with me, I have a ton of energy. So I definitely credit that to Isagenix, and being able to have been in maintenance for the last almost 3 years and kind of maintaining my progress is really awesome. And now we just recently got engaged, and I will be shedding for my wedding. So I'm really excited to have these products and kind of that ability to fluctuate in and out of maintenance mode, and kind of target and tune into like different product lines depending on what your goals are. So it's really an all around amazing system. And right now, with coronavirus and those things and working in healthcare, I'm doing a lot of extra defense shields and immune sprays and immune boosters and all of that every day, with my complete essentials and things like that, to just really keep myself healthy, because I am out there in the public and I am working with the geriatric population, and just really wanting to keep myself and everyone around me healthy. So yeah, thanks, Danny.
Yeah, that's awesome. And congratulations on being
Thank you.
a bride. So exciting. So, yeah, so you can see real life how this goes into play. And I'm just here about it being, so many of us start with that kind of weight loss in mind, but as we get into the lifestyle, we really realize how much this has to offer and all of the different things that it can do for you. So I'm going to take you through a couple of the key cornerstones that Isagenix is about. We're not going to cover all the products. What I'm hoping for you to get tonight is just some interest in knowing why it works, what it is, and then you can circle back with the person who invited you. And what they'll do is ask you a few questions and figure out where the best starting point is for you. We have tons of options, anywhere from $5 a day up to $20 a day. You can do performance if you want to work out. We have healthy aging, your daily vitamins. We have energy solutions. I mean, really, we've got a ton of different options. And so what I want to do tonight is just show you some of the key ones that kind of are all encompassing of all of, like, most of our programs are going to include these couple of products, and then we'll go from there. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is our meal replacement shakes. These, although they have protein in them, and you can see we highlight right there 24 grams of high quality whey protein. So yes, they do have protein in them, but they are not protein specific shakes. They're not the type of shake you drink because you're done working out and you want to add more protein into your body. If you're familiar with those, then a lot of people think I could never be full from a shake. And the fact is that these shakes are full of so many incredible different nutrients and vitamins. So you see we have got 23 essential vitamins and trace minerals, good fats from olive oil, flaxseed powder, active enzymes, which are great for digestion and help your body absorb the nutrients better. Fiber, which is a great way to feel full longer. You can see along the side, we're soy-free, gluten-free, away from grass-fed cows not treated with hormones. So it's really just the best of everything put into a shake, which is only 240 to 300 calories, depending on what type of shake that you're drinking, and is nutrient dense, versus the food we have today is calorie high and lacking in nutrients. So for example, before I found Isagenix, one of my go-tos was a frozen, it's like an egg white sandwich thing that you pop in the microwave for like a minute and a half, and then you grab it and you go. And I'm like, well, that's 240 calories. So what's the difference? And the difference is I'm hungry an hour after I eat that sandwich, and I'm not hungry until lunchtime with one of these shakes. And that's because my body has realized what nutrients can really do for us. And so that is one of the key. So whether you're doing 1 shake a day, 2 shakes a day, it depends on your goals and what you want out of the system. But I tell you right now, we are all drinking these shakes, and every single one of us is so grateful that 1 canister of shakes gives us 14 complete meals, and they are delivered right to our door. And so while other people might be stocking up on crazy things over at Safeway, I've made sure my Isagenix supply is nice and handy because they don't need to be refrigerated. They will last me for through at least till I can leave my house again. And my kids love them as well. So I know everybody in my house is getting exactly what they need to fuel their bodies and keep their immune system strong, without having to compromise anything, for, any flavor or anything that we enjoy. So it's a great, great solution for us, always, but especially right now. One of the other cornerstones of our system is nutritionally supported intermittent fasting. We do this a couple different ways, again, depending on your goals. Some people do it daily. Some people do a 24-hour, and some people do the very popular 5 and 2. So there are 5 days on shakes and 2 days on intermittent fasting. And it's nutritionally supported because while we're fasting, so limiting our calories to 500 or less, we are drinking the Cleanse for Life that you see in the picture there. The primary ingredient there is aloe vera. And so when you detox or when you fast, your body pulls out those toxins we talked about. The aloe vera goes in and busts them up and allows you to pee them out so they don't get stored back into your fat cells. It's an incredible way to accelerate your body's natural detoxification process. And once you get through those toxins, you can then start focusing on things like belly fat. So this is a really important thing. And one of the incredible things that I wanted to point out here is the very first bullet point: powerful antioxidants that help protect your body. So I take a shot of this every morning. While you're sleeping, you're naturally fasting. So if I don't eat, let's say I stop eating 9 o'clock at night, and then I wake up I head downstairs, let's say 7 o'clock in the morning, I've almost gone 12 hours without eating. My body has gone through a fasting period. So the first thing that I drink is my shot of Cleanse for Life. Helps my body flush out those toxins. And then I go through my next product I'll show you in a minute. And then about an hour later, I have my shake. So my very first couple things I'm doing for my body is making sure I have my nutrients, I have my antioxidants and my immunity support, and that my body is nourished and ready to go. And that is really, really critical for your long-term health and making sure that you are getting the most out of our program. And then the last product I just wanted to highlight here, because we talked about it before under the TDOS syndrome, is our Ionic Supreme. This is nature's answer to stress. And I will be completely honest, it is not everybody's favorite tasting product. I happen to love it. I know many people have their Ionix tea, but it wouldn't matter to me if it tasted like tar. I would not care. The benefits that it has are amazing. So if you look down the side here at why this is important for your body, it helps balance and normalize your body's natural system. So give your body the tools it needs to combat and resist the effects of stress. We talked about that in a previous slide. That's pulling from your immunity system. That is causing mood swings, you know, when you're feeling pressure or tense. It is preventing your digestive system from working well. It is getting in the way of your sleep. So there are so many impacts, and a shot of this in the morning can help neutralize that and normalize your body so it can adapt and act efficiently as possible. Supports clarity and focus, and then elevates your daily performance. And it's all natural. So it's botanicals, and it's things that you're not getting in your current diet today, like ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is one of the botanicals in there. It's fantastic for your body. A friend of mine recently told me that she was taking ashwagandha supplements, and it was like 3 times as much as our Ionic Supreme. And it was, you know, geared towards the same thing. So it's really affordable. It fits right in with our system. It complements the Cleanse for Life and the shakes wonderfully. And that's one of the reasons that I love it. So this next slide here talks a little bit about how we are backed by science. And this is really, really important. This is third-party testing. I'll give you guys a minute just to look over that slide real quick. Now, here's something that I am very excited to share. I haven't shared this with anybody yet, so you guys on the call, you should feel really special, because I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to show this off, because I've had it now for a little bit, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I just want you guys to know, you guys must be some of my closest friends, because I'm choosing to reveal this to you. But has anybody heard of Time Magazine? Time Magazine? So in the grand scheme of things, Time is a pretty reputable source, I would say. You know, it's not like I picked up the National Enquirer or Life and Style. You know, nothing wrong with that, Cosmopolitan, but this is Time Magazine. And Time did a special edition as the year came to an end. In fact, I think they released it in January, or it might have been in December. You can still get it today if you're interested. So it's supposed to be on stands until April 30th. But it's the science of weight loss. So I picked this up because I'm in this industry, I'm interested, and I'm not naive enough to think that everything I'm told is always right. I like to fact check and cross-reference. So I picked this up and I thought, you know, let's see what diet trend Time is gonna tell people to go on right now. And if I didn't believe that Isagenix was trying to be the most trusted and respected company out there, I'd almost think that maybe they bought Time Magazine and put out this issue and just didn't brand it as an Isagenix issue. So this is what this is what Time Magazine had to say about some of the things that we're talking about tonight. And I'm not going to go through all of this, but I just want to show you. They did a whole article on why intermittent fasting is actually good for you. And they specifically mentioned the 5 and 2 method, which is your 5 days of what they're not saying shake days, you know, they're just having 5 days of heart healthy eating, focus on your nutrients and all, you know, don't go have a whole pizza and a 6-pack of beer on all 5 days, just on 2 of them. So it's really important. And then you cleanse, or you do your intermittent fast for 2 of the days, which in their definition is keeping your calories under 500. So we know we do it in an even accelerated way that Isagenix has been perfecting for the last 17 years. And what I thought was really, really awesome about this is it says, there continues to be good evidence that intermittent fasting is producing weight loss benefits. And we also have evidence that these diets can reduce inflammation, they can reduce blood pressure and resting heart rate, and they seem to have beneficial effects on the cardiovascular system. And then they go on to say, intermittent fasting is something that is practiced in the medical field, and it's a reasonable approach for people who don't like the daily restrictions of their diets. And it says so many different things about weight loss, but that also they notice a reduction of body fat and improvement in insulin resistance. They found that intermittent fasting may beat traditional weight loss plans in lowering women's risk for breast cancer. And so this is just Time Magazine. Again, they're not saying anything about Isagenix specifically. This is what Time Magazine found or reported on in terms of intermittent fasting. They specifically say a 5 and 2 plan, which is part of our Isagenix program. So these cycles of challenge recovery seem to optimize both function and durability of the cell sites. So it's pretty awesome when we start seeing more and more attention not necessarily specific to our company, but to what we believe in and what our company was founded on. And there isn't a company out there that is better for fasting and understanding how that works than Isagenix. A couple of the other things I just think are interesting here, and my ISA lifers will appreciate this. This next article is called Why You Should Stop Counting Calories, which is something that we always say. We don't count calories, we make calories count. Raising kids who are body positive. I love this. This is so important to me. In Isagenix, we have what we call the ISA Body Challenge, and it is all about transforming your life through this amazing nutrition. And it doesn't mean necessarily that you lost 40 pounds. It might, but it might also mean that you put on muscle. It might also mean that you found great energy. It might also mean that you are 85 and you feel like you're 45 or 25. It involves a lot of different components, and Isagenix recognizes people that are successful with their products at all shapes and all sizes. We celebrate everybody. And I just think, as a mom of my daughter right now is 4, and some of you may have seen some of the posts that I've had, raising a daughter who is body positive is so important to me and so hard to do in our culture of diets and weight loss images that we might see today. And Isagenix, I think, does an amazing job of keeping body positivity at the forefront. And then the last thing I just wanted to show you guys, because of what we just talked about there, they have a whole article here on how stress is the #1 reason why we gain weight. So meanwhile, we're trying to figure out how to cut calories and go to the gym and do all these things. And what does that do? That adds stress to your life. And what does stress do? It makes you gain weight, guys. So no wonder we're caught on this treadmill of things that don't make any sense. So I just thought that was interesting. I will at some point print and find some more ways to share those articles. If any of you guys are interested in getting more of those articles and you want me to send them to you, you can reach out to me at Dani@drinkingwithDani.com, DANI, and I can scan and send, because there is literally, it is the like the billboard for Isagenix without Isagenix even touching it. So it's pretty cool to see it be so supported by something that is completely independent, and who even knows if they even know Isagenix exists. It's not mentioned. But so that's what we talk about from scientific research. So the last thing I want to do, and I just want to take a couple of minutes, as you can tell, I've been really excited tonight about the physical pain, but since I've got you here, give me 5 minutes to talk to you a little bit about the financial pain, because I know that some of you right now are wondering how you're going to get your next paycheck. I know that people are unable to go to work. And even those that are able to go to work with no customers, it becomes very hard to find the work. In fact, just today I was watching Fox News or CNN or who knows which one of them I was watching. I'll tell you right now, I should stop watching all of them. But Amazon just announced that they are way cutting down what they are sending out and supplying in their warehouse, which you think about all the people that Amazon employs, and it's just scary to think about what that might mean down the future. So there's a lot of fear right now about financially what people can do. And so I wanted to let you know, in case you are in that ballpark, that financial pain is something that Isagenix is also very committed to relieving for people. And it comes down to a few really basic strategies. So the first thing is, what if you could get paid for sharing something that you already love? And many of us on this call who are making money currently with Isagenix, that's how it all started, and that's how it continues to start. If you can't tell yet, I'm sharing this with you because I love it, and I am so proud to be a part of it, and I am excited that I can stand in front of you today and say, I've got a solution for some of the fears that you have in your life right now. And so this isn't me trying to sell you on something because I get a commission. I'd do this for you if it was free. Luckily for me, every Monday they keep showing me that it's not, and that I get paid to do it. And that is the whole cornerstone of Isagenix. So if you know people in your life who are dealing with toxicity, which if they're breathing, they're eating, they're drinking, or they're putting stuff on their skin, they are, that are dealing with nutrient deficiency, which they are, unless they have like a time capsule with spinach from the 50s, that are overweight, and 70% of us are, or dealing with stress. And okay, find me a person not stressed right now. There are people in your life that could benefit from this. So if you're not already involved, imagine linking arms with some of your friends and family who are wondering where they're going to get their next meal from, or what they're going to do to combat some of the stress that they're under, and trying this together. There's a 30-day guarantee. So everything, like we said, is backed, and we believe so wholeheartedly in it that you can try it, you can use it, give it a month. And if it's not for you, you can return it. It's not something that happens very often, but it is an option. So you have no fear sharing it right away. Isagenix is an amazing company. So just giving you some of the stats so you can understand what you would be investing in. We have over 300 people who have earned an cumulative $1 million. We have 3 of them on this team, which is amazing. And they mentor and coach. In fact, maybe 2 Saturdays ago, before everybody was freaked out, we all got together for what we call a Super Saturday. And all 3 of the millionaires spoke to people for $20. We paid $20 to get in there, and we got coaching and live, like real life training from people who have made $1 million at this. It's been growing for 17 years. It's in 17 countries now. And then my favorite, it's privately held, responsibly run, with no operational debt. So we're not making decisions out of a place of fear or pressure. We're doing things because they fall in line with that original mission statement, which is to free people from financial and physical pain and be the most trusted and respected health and wellness company in the world. And when that is the platform in which you are making your decisions from, everybody wins. We have a couple different ways that people get paid. I'm not going to go into it in great detail tonight, but the first one I wanted to tell you about is called You Share, They Share, Repeat. And it is quite simply our entire compensation plan. So you share it with a couple people, they share it with a couple people. And when you do that within the first 30 days, there's a milestone you hit. For 60 days you hit. And as you continue to do that, you make bonuses. And there's different types of referral bonuses that you make depending on how many people you share it with, how excited they get about it, and how many people they share it with. And so as long as you're comfortable in sharing something you believe in, and you know that your friends and family are too, this just starts to spread organically, which is amazing. Think about it as a restaurant that you might eat at. Or last night I watched a movie called The Green Book. I didn't know anything about it. We were looking for something to watch on TV, and we watched it, and it was so good. As soon as it was over, I immediately posted about it on Facebook, and I just told all of you, like, that's who we are. We share things we like. And so that our whole foundation is based on that. So you share, they share, repeat. And as you continue to do that, if you choose to do so, you start to grow a business in which residual income comes to play. So meaning that as people continue to reorder, so they get their shakes, they get their ionics, they get their cleanse, they do it for 30 days, they feel amazing, they get rid of the toxins, they feel what happens when your body is nourished, the stress starts to get relieved, and they're starting to drop some of those pounds. Guess what happens in 30 days when they need more stuff? They buy more stuff from you? No, through their own personal website. They go on. We've got some great offers for lifestyle rewards, which is like an auto ship, but you can also do ordering as on demand if you want to. And as people order, you continue to make residual income off of that for as long as they choose to order. And I'm not sure if you caught it before, but a couple slides ago, I referred to some of us as ISO-lifers, and there are literally people all over the place that will order Isagenix for the rest of their life. And everybody will benefit from that, including the person doing the ordering. So it's a pretty amazing system. And again, like I said, I'm giving you such a high level, but I really encourage, if you're in a place today where you are wondering how you're going to make your car payment, your mortgage payment, your next grocery payment, if you want just to eat for free, talk to the person who sent you here, because they see something in you and believe that this could be for you. So don't sell yourself short. Find out more about this and take control of your life and in your current circumstances today. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, I guess there's one more thing, but there's some amazing, amazing promotions going on right now. Depending on, because this call is recorded, if someone sent it to you, I can't control that. I don't know if they're still going to be going on, but there are 2 I wanted to highlight for you tonight. We are doing free shipping for new customers with a purchase over $150. Free shipping is fantastic. Protein is expensive to ship, so don't worry about that on your first order. And you also get a case of our energy drink, our Berry Bellini Bia, which is amazing and has all of those incredible things from the Ionic Supreme that I told you for stress relief in the energy drink. So it's actually good for you to drink, helps reduce your stress, and gives you incredible energy. If you can't tell, I had like 2 today. I know, shocker. So that is a great offer for you right now. The other one we have that is huge is our immunity shake booster, which is all natural, mostly a bunch of mushrooms. You put in the shake, it's a powder. It's pretty tasteless. You can mix it into a lot of different things. I just think most of us put it in our shakes. And it is 15% off right now. Again, a company that wants to free people from physical and financial pain, wants to be trusted and respected. When other companies are out there jacking up the prices of the products people need right now, Isagenix is putting them on sale. And that is pretty amazing if you ask me. And so you better believe I'm getting me, my kids, my parents, everybody has immunity booster going in their shake right now. I don't play with corona disease or coronavirus. So everybody is getting the immunity boost. So if not now, when, guys? There has never been a better time to do something about your health and your current life circumstances. You are in control, even though you can't control everything that's going on, and who knows when we'll be able to control everything else again. What we can control is what we put in our bodies, how we handle stress, what we do with our toxins, and where our next paycheck is coming from. So if that is something you want to know more about, I stress it again, connect with the person who got you involved in this, find out, and start today when it makes the most sense for you to do that. Thanks, you guys. My name's been Danny. It's been awesome talking with you, and we do these every Tuesday night. So if you've got somebody who wants to hear this, bring them back next week, and we'll continue to grow the IsaLife community. Thanks so much, you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Cheers.